Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com.
You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is Jen.
And Jen.
Letting it all hang out for your love life.
Examining your dating experiences and answering your hot topic dating questions.
Just you and us. Jen squared. No topic is off limits and no filters involved.
We are here to help you do dating on your terms.
If you have a question you would like us to answer or would like to immediately upgrade your love life with our collection of classes and exclusive merchandise, meet us over now at singlesmartfemale.com. Hi, my single smart females. It is Gen 1 here along with Gen 2, and we had a really cool, we'll call it cool, listener question for you today. Would you be so kind to read the question, Gen 2?
I would love to do so. This question comes from Miss Rapfiend from Calgary, and she writes, Dear Jens, I have quite the complicated scenario. In the past 7 months, I met a guy online and have been hooked since. I'm happily dating other men, but he's almost always my number one and is so different from the rest. Our initial plans to meet up didn't work out, and by chance we ran into each other the following weekend while out with friends. We slept together, and I didn't regret doing so, as I was in a great mindset at the time and wanted to have some fun. Since then, we have hung out many times, but we also have gone weeks or months without chatting. When we do get together, he does something to me. In this time, I am happily dating other guys and building a entourage. He's very calm and composed with the way he communicates, and I am very loud, outgoing, and almost buzzing in a sense. It takes a lot for me to be calm and in the moment, and every time we are together, he does that for me without effort. For me, this energy is a huge sign. We have never gone on a proper date, but the last 5 or so times we have hung out, he has come over to my house to help me with things around the house. His work schedule is extremely busy, so I know he makes it a priority to make the time for me. I can feel things progressing and the dynamic changing from when we first started hanging out. We aren't as sexual as we first were. I think he wants me to make the first move, but he always makes efforts to come over and will immediately respond if I mention anything related to the house. I should mention that every time we are together, he always makes a plan or sets a date for us to get together shortly thereafter. I have subtly suggested other places to hang out or to go out, but he either doesn't respond or he has other plans. I'm confused. I can't tell if he's interested in me, and I would assume his love language is through efforts of being a man and doing things for me, but why is it left at that? Is he trying to start fresh? What man would willingly come over to do extra work? Half of the time I find myself either confused, rejected, or unsure where he stands. The other half of me feels empowered, at ease, and zero worry when we are together. I am unsure as to if I should blatantly ask him what he wants, because in return, I can't say I would know how to answer with what I want. Therefore, I feel as though this is a dead-end question. SOS. SOS.
I thought you said SOS.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a new word? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's SOS. SOS.
Okay.
Save our sisters. Let's help our sisters out.
What would you do, Jen?
I would no longer have him come over to my house to help me with things, and I would ask him if he wanted. I would, in a fun way, ask him to take me on a proper date.
Mm-hmm.
And if he said, like, if he doesn't find the time to do that, but can find the time to come to my house,
mm-hmm.
I would move on.
Okay. Personally, I feel just a little bit differently. The problem here, though, with what I would do is that it's obvious that she's really hooked on this guy right now.
Right.
I'm very hooked on this guy. And she's built a case in her head, a very solid case. You know, I wanted to have the sex. I wanted to do this. This is all I want. You know, all this about her choices, which is always good to, you know, own your choices. But at the same time, You have to own your disappointments and the things that aren't working for you. So when I say that, I want to say what I would do if I were in her situation right now. I loved having men fix things and stuff for me when I was entourage dating. That was the best. Not that I couldn't do that shit for myself. I did it for myself for years. But I was like, why am I doing this? Isn't it in my zone of genius? I can do it, of course. I don't need a man to do it, but why not have it taken off my plate, especially if they enjoy doing it for me?
Right.
So I started doing that, and that is awesome. I love a man that fixes things.
Me too.
Makes me wet. Okay, with that said, as long as you're building a strong mantourage, I want to talk about signs. So this thing, that was part of her case that she built. It's a sign because I feel so calm. And yes, it's a sign that's a type of guy that would be good in your life, meaning a person who calms you, but it doesn't mean he's the guy.
Right.
That's really important difference to note. Sometimes the universe will hand you pieces of things. Remember, you're exploring your romantic desires, and the universe will hand you pieces of that, but not give you the full man. It won't give it to you all in one man right at that second. So we, a lot of times, will take those signs and build a case for why we're supposed to be with that man instead of understanding it's a gift right now. That's an introduction to something that's important to you. Okay?
Right.
That's really, really important to understand. So if, and this is the big thing, if you can pull your hyper-focus off of him, and trust me, you are hyper-focused.
Agreed.
I would definitely see about going on dates with him because that's what you really want. And if he won't, I mean, you're more than welcome to continue letting him come over. I wouldn't be investing in the idea of this being long-term because it may end up being long-term, but you'll never be going on dates together.
Right.
Because you're setting the precedent that this is what you do together.
Right. And the continued word choice of hang out.
Oh, I hate that word.
I feel like it's setting it up to be less than your expectations, actually.
Plus, I was talking about going from, she said, months without.
And it's only been 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So weeks and months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Without in a 7-month period.
All right. I want to make something very clear. I talk about my husband going MIA and stuff for 5 weeks at a time. I want to make it very clear to every woman out there, I had a very vibrant mantourage. Meaning I was really excited when I wasn't hearing from him about other men, okay? That's a difference. If you're going to use my story as a reason to keep deepening that connection in your head that's not necessarily happening, you're going to be highly disappointed. I focused my attention on other men when I didn't hear from him.
And not only that.
And like legitimate attention, not just this half-assed crap attention. Oh, he's in my mantourage. No, fuck that shit. I know what you're doing.
But not only that, Jen, your husband and a guy you were dating at the time, it is your husband now, but you were dating him back then when he would go MIA. He would step up for you and take you on dates, did he not?
Yes.
Okay. And so this girl, I love also that he is stepping up for her and fixing things. But he's not showing up in a dating situation, which is clearly what she's looking for.
Okay. Let me broaden this for women and make it super clear. We always think that if we just kind of meet the guy exactly where he's at and do everything that he wants, that somehow he's going to turn into our Prince Charming, that one day he's going to go, oh, you've done so much for me. Let me do all of this for you. No. A lot of life is very habitual. What you set up in the beginning is what you're going to have for a very long time. Now, of course, you can change that dynamic and you can, redo things and tweak things. But a lot of women go in with the expectation, I'll meet him here and one day he's just going to fall for me so hard he'll do anything I need him to do and be the man of my dreams. Ladies, it doesn't work that way. Start your dating. I'm teaching you to have these incredible dating experiences so that you can take those experiences and if you decide to be in a relationship, they can continue. Doesn't mean that you're going to have some downtime and when you're going to spend time at home. But if you want to be the couple that goes out, you need to date as the couple that goes out. Okay? Don't expect that all of a sudden you're going to be the couple going out because there's going to be a lot of friction getting there if this guy he's never been expected to take you out.
Right.
So,
but I mean, she clearly wants to go on a date.
Oh, yeah.
But she's given him suggestions like, hey, we could go here, we can go there. But he just kind of.
Yeah. And by the way, dropping hints, fuck that shit with dropping hints. All right, ladies, ask for what you want. Say, and I'd love to see you, but I'm not really in the mood to stay home tonight. Would you like to do this instead?
And you've been so great at fixing all of my house. It's good to go right now. So.
Yeah.
There's nothing broken anymore.
Yeah. But I'm sure I'll find something soon. But meanwhile, I'm really excited to see you at another venue. Something, something along those lines. Of course, those are things that we can work on together and I can help you with in the Secret Society of Adored Women. But you have to be willing to do things differently instead of getting and this is what we do as women. We say we're so courageous and stuff, but we really shrink when it comes to men. We really try to play by their rules, thinking that somehow they'll pick me. Fuck that shit, ladies, and go for what you want. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You might get him, but you're going to always, if you do get him, you're going to always play small. And that's what, that's why I work with ambitious women. I want all of you to be as vibrant as you are in your careers and your life with men. Bottom line. Okay, lover girl, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
Start your dating experiences the way you want your relationship to be.
Today's show is brought to you by thelovesickcure.com. Does your love life suck because you can't move on from the idea of him? Does every man you meet pale in comparison to the way he made you feel? It's okay, lady love. We 100% understand and have been there before. Whether you'd like the opportunity to get him back or to completely move on, we know this only happens when you cure your heartbreak and love sickness. Let us help you do that today at thelovesickcure.com. Hey, lover girl, this is Jen again. Don't forget to subscribe to the show in your favorite podcast app, as well as share Single Smart Female with all of your single smart girlfriends. And if you would like to play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see me at singlesmartfemale.com. Talk to you next time.